Hi guys, it's the Motoromers here and welcome to our latest video. In this little tour we bring you to Estonia and its capital Tallinn. And of course we show you around some of the UNESCO sites of the old town. Although we've also got a couple of little special additions, places that maybe are not on your normal radar. So if you're ready, let's hop on in. Tallinn is a 13th century city, and Toompea Hill, which is where we are now, was actually created in 1050. In 1219, when Denmark seized control of Tallinn, it's in this garden, the Danish garden, that the oldest flag in the world was created. Heading down from Toompea Hill, which has got some stunning views, we entered into the old town. It's one of the best medieval cities in Europe. For 700 years, Tallinn was known as Ravel, which means little deer, and there's a beautiful little sculpture in his honour. Tallinn is built on legends and folklore, and it's really worth digging deep to find out the real history and the real stories of Tallinn. Of course, the old town is part of UNESCO, and it's definitely worth a visit if you can time it in between the cruises. If, like me, you have the luxury of doing an early morning visit to Tallinn, then you'll get empty streets like these. This was 7:30 in the morning. There were no locals, no visitors, and more importantly, no cruise liners. See that window just there? Legend has it that that's where the devil got married. Whilst you can't miss the old town Tallinn, there are some other things that you really need to put on your itinerary. This is the Broken Line, which honours those who died in the ferry disaster of 1994. Down towards the harbour you've got Linna Hall, which was built for the Moscow Olympics. It has been a music venue, although now is just a ghost of times past. The old prison there. Port. Cruise liners and ferries there. This is a bizarre structure. Not more than 5 minutes away, you've got Kalamaja, and this is full of history. It's actually the oldest part of Tallinn, where in 1200 the fishermen first came and settled. The skeleton of this old KGB prison holds many dark secrets and torturous acts. At the moment you can't go in, although walking along the promenade you can still see the fences in place. The Kalamaja port is absolutely wonderful. We were there on Sea Day, although there are plenty of maritime museums which have got great reputations, and these little igloos, oh, they look absolutely amazing. Saunas and places you can spend the night. And whilst most of the tourists you'll find in the UNESCO Old Town, why not check out this area? This is known as Tallinn's answer to Covent Garden. The Balti Jamar Turg is literally translated as market, and there are some corkers here, from fresh fruit and veg to antiques and crafts. And just up the top here you got loads of lovely great restaurants that sell specialty craft beers. And you can't miss Linda's statue up on Linda's Hill, commemorating all those deported. If you want an alternative place to stay overnight that's slightly closer to the old town, within about 5-7 minutes walking, then you could choose this one, which is a Euro Park. And as you can see, there's the old town right there. And this isn't gated, although there are cameras, as I understand it. And it's 18 euros for overnight. And just as a comparison, we've paid 6 and we're just another 5 minutes away. This is where we parked up for the night. It cost us 6 euros just for overnight. And before we leave the delights of Tallinn, we've got one more little top tip for you. So we've just come to the airport at Tallinn so that we could try and get a refund on something we bought, although we can't do it here because we're still travelling in Europe, so we need to get it done when we reach the port at Hook of Holland. However, that's a long story. The short story is that in case you're coming to pick up relatives or friends who are flying into the airport, then we just wanted to give you the heads up. There's not great parking here. The parking that you see just behind me here is parking A2, and there's not much space for motorhomes or camper vans. So Mars has had to drop me off and go and find somewhere else to park and come back to collect me. Just if I do a twiddle round, you'll see that's the airport departure and arrivals, so it's really not very far. He's just driven back to the main road, gone and parked in I don't know where he's parked, although he'll be with me in 5 minutes. So that's just a heads up if you're collecting and dropping off friends from the airport.